Good morning. Let's begin. Today's yoga practice is going to focus on the theme of creativity, and we're going to do some chakra work as well with our second chakra. So, as always, honor your body and do what feels best to you. We'll start by inviting the bell. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. And let's come to supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So we will lay on our backs. And if you have some pillows nearby, maybe gather those. We'll place our feet together and let our knees open wide. And take the pillows and just place them to the sides of your knees. Start to lower down. And feel your body connecting to the earth. If you wish, take your hands and bring your thumbs to touch the tips of your thumbs, and then your two index fingers. And this will create, if you look at it, it almost looks like a heart shape, an upside down heart. You can bring that, find your belly button with your thumbs, and then bring that heart right below your belly button so that this heart shape is resting inside your hip bones in the lower part of your belly. We've created a small heart around Svadhisthana, or the sacral chakra, a center of creativity. Let your breath fill your lungs with your inhale. And as you exhale, bring your breath to your creativity center. And you may need to open your heart slightly so that your elbows can rest comfortably on the ground. So the exact placement of your hands is not important. Notice your breath and settle in. our creativity center. The color is orange. Maybe you can envision the color orange, a beautiful light around this area of your abdomen, in between your hips, below your belly button. Where can you soften in your body? See if you can lengthen your in-breath to draw in inspiration. And let your out-breath carry away any fear that you might have or beliefs that don't serve you around your creativity. And now take 2 fingers of either hand, but just want to be gentle, and find about 2 inches below your belly button and just gently tap or circle and awaken this beautiful energy center. Svadhisthana chakra, where Ida and Pingala, the male and female, join together. Like all the chakras, all the energy wheels of the body that run up through the meridian. And just gently tap or circle, really very, very soft awakening. And continue to focus on your breath. When you're ready, you can start to move the pillows to the side. And you're going to bring your hands away from the middle of your body and see if you can bring your hands over your head with an inhale and then rise up to seated, and you'll probably have to let your feet come more forward. You might need a little bit of help with your hands or feet. And now we will be sitting tall together in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, butterfly. You can keep the pillows supporting your hips on the sides if you wish. It's always nice to have pillows and blankets nearby for restorative yoga. There's no outcome that we're desiring, just a feeling of restoration. Our affirmation today is, I am creative inspiration. Creativity flows freely through me. So if you wish, you can repeat that affirmation to yourself out loud or in your mind's eye. We'll do it together a few times. I am creative inspiration. Creativity flows freely through me. And you can always shorten an affirmation and just say the words creative inspiration. If the color orange was pleasing to you when we were on our backs, feel free to continue to bring that color. Let's stretch our legs out now in front of us. We can shift the pillows away again. Paschimottanasana. We'll sweep our hands up, inhaling and hinging forward at the hips. Lean forward very slowly. Our feet are flexed, so toes are drawing towards our nose, and our hands are drawing towards our toes. For many of us, it's early in the morning, and so our bodies will still be stiff with sleep. Be patient with your body and let your hands fall where they will, maybe near knees or shins, or maybe near your toes. And then relax the back of your neck as well, and soften the muscles around your eyes and around your jaw. And feel Svadhisthana chakra right beneath your belly button. Feel the brilliant creative light that's inside of you, ready to emerge. And we'll start to rise up, keeping our left leg straight. Lengthen your spine so we're in Dandasana, staff pose. We're going to take our right foot and bring it over our left thigh into figure 4, if this is possible for your body. If not, an option throughout the class today is always to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana or even waterfall pose with your legs up against the wall. We will be doing some hip work. Raise your arms up, draw in breath, creativity, inspiration, and again start to fold forward, being aware of all sensation in your body. And as you rise up, bring your right knee now over your left leg, re-engaging your left foot so it's flexed, and right foot now has found the floor. Elongate your spine, lengthen through your crown. And we're going to wrap our left arm around our right knee and start to twist over to the left. Breathing into the muscles of the outer hip. And maybe bringing your hand there to gently rub the outer hip muscles in a circular motion. Chin is strong, but gaze is soft. And you can also bring your right shoulder back like a tripod holding you up. See if you can fill your lungs fully and let it out with open mouth. Come back to the center, unwind. Right foot goes next to left and we'll sweep up and fold Paschimottanasana. Rising back up, left foot comes over right thigh and right foot engages. Figure 4. Sweep your arms up and fold. Each side will be different. Our bodies are asymmetrical. And now rising up, place your left foot to the floor. Re-engage your right foot.
I couldn't find for the floor in your book slide.
Siri is interested in catching what we're saying. I keep turning her off, but every time there's an upgrade, she starts listening again. Right arm wraps around left. And again, now let's twist to the left side. Maybe circle motions. Maybe left arm finds the floor behind us. And our chin should be pointing either somewhere over the left hip. So we don't need to strain our neck and look back over our shoulder. There can be a tendency when you're doing yoga to want to push yourself a little further. And when you get that tendency, see if instead you can soften and relax the pose slightly. That's your ego that wants to push further. And part of our practice is quieting ego. Deep inhale. Open your mouth and exhale. Excellent job. And let's bring our feet together and just let your legs wiggle. Tap your feet. Tap your hands up and down your legs. You're awakening the lymphatic system, and maybe you can bring your feet forward and back, or any movement that feels good to your legs. I'm going to come to stillness for a moment. Move everything that might be in the way. And straighten your spine. We'll windshield wipe our legs to right and left, really opening the hip area. It's a nice little strengthening that happens for the arms. You're opening your chest. And then bring your legs and let them fall over to the right in a zebra position. So you've made a little Z with your legs. And this chakra, Svadhisthana, the creativity center, our sacral chakra, is linked with water element and the lunar cycle. So we're going to do a little bit of flowing like water. See if you can inhale and rise your chin up, and then exhale forward over your right knee. And maybe when you come down, you stay here if that feels good. Or maybe you're doing a little bit of liquid water-like flow. If you're in motion, go very, very slowly. Not as quickly as I'm modeling this to avoid any vertigo. So we want to be really careful about movement with the head and the eyes and the neck, that we do that slowly. So it might feel best to bring your water to stillness and to fold over your right knee, breathing into right outer hip. One more breath. Full inhale, and let that go through open mouth. Feeling the warmth of your breath on your knee. And now we'll rise up, pausing for a moment to orient. And coming back to the center, windshield wiping a little more, left and right. Really pressing the hip forward, raising the pelvis slightly. Remembering our bodies are 70% water, so just through any movement, you actually are flowing like water, and even when you're still. Let your knees come to the left. And your choice, if you would like to rise up and come down, or if you would like to have a little bit of movement initially. Listen to your body where it feels in this moment, in this day. Settle in, stretching the hip. Letting emotion flow out of you and into the earth without judgment. Let the earth receive any emotion that you wish to let go of. And one more long inhale through the nose. And an exhale out, slowly rising up. No rush. We're going to turn our bodies and find child's pose. Maybe you wish to do this supported, so you can place something soft beneath your knees. Knees are wide like the mat or your practice area. Big toes are together. You can bring something soft and supportive across your belly. And then start to come down and come forward into your child's pose. Make sure that whatever you have there allows you to breathe. So if your pillow is in your way a little bit, maybe make a fist under your hands and let your thumb knuckle come to your third eye, another very special chakra point between your eyebrows. This is also called the yin tang point. And let your shoulders come down and let your body melt into the earth. Bring your awareness to your sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, in the middle of your body. I'm going to read you a short poem and little excerpt from 365 Tao, Creativity. Storm breaks into pieces. Clouds charge the horizon. Revolving of the heavens generates all movement. Without movement, there could be nothing created in this universe. The revolving of the heavens can generate wind, rain, thunder, lightning. The revolving of the earth enables us to have day and night. The very cycle of the weather, the seasons, and the growth of plants. Movement is responsible for creativity. And we're going to start to come forward to crocodile pose. So if you had something soft under your knees, now place that pillow or a blanket beneath your hips. Make sure that your sacral chakra, the area beneath your belly button, and your pelvis, that is resting on something soft. We're going to bring our hands in front of our face so our fingers are pointing towards each other and our elbows are pointing outwards. Now just bring your forehead down to the earth. And bring your awareness to your sacral chakra region. What color do you see there now? What tone? Is it vibrant or light? Inhale creativity and inspiration, and exhale into the earth all your fears. And now slide your hands by your chest and rise up with a little inhale to baby cobra and back down to the earth. One more baby cobra. With your inhaling, chin is lifting, shoulder blades are pressed back, and exhaling down. And rising up now to full cobra if you wish, or you can continue with baby cobra. Chin is lifted, gaze is soft. The ground is supporting you, and come back down. Bring your right knee up and your left hand to find your right foot. And this might be enough. Draw your right foot towards the base of your body, your glute muscle. And now reach back for your left foot as well. Shoulders are rising back. And see if you can start to lift your chin, your forehead, maybe even your knees into bow pose. Resting on your sacral chakra. If this is too much, you can come back to the ground and just be resting, holding the backs of your feet. Deep breaths and release everything to the ground and press back to child for a moment. And this time, move anything out of the way as we are going to start to come into some other postures. Notice how you feel in this child. Is it different than it was a few moments ago? And if you've had socks on to keep your feet warm, let's take them off. So we're going to need our feet to grip. And make your way up to your first downward dog. Remember, if you have any sensitivity in your shoulders and this doesn't work for you, you can be in waterfall with your feet up against the wall. You can stay in child or any pose that your body wishes to have right now. Raise your right leg up with a deep inhale and bring your knee between your chest. Pause for a moment, building some strength. And now let the top of your leg, the front of your leg, find the earth in pigeon. Left leg is flat to the ground. And this is half pigeon. Start by pressing your shoulders and your chest and your chin upwards. This may be an intense posture for you as our hips hold emotion, or just anatomically. This is where we store emotional vulnerabilities. The hips are our largest joint in the whole body. If you wish, you can come down to your forearms. Or if you wish, you can outstretch your arms and come down so that your torso is resting on your leg. But I'm going to caution you from letting your body tip to the side. So if you're starting to tip, maybe come into a different variation where you can keep your pelvis pointing forward. And you can take books or a block and tuck them beneath your right hip. So that way, I might have the perfect pile of books here. So that way, your right hip is not collapsing. I like to use something solid like a block or books rather than a pillow, because the pillow is still going to allow you to sink. And wherever you are, tuck your left foot under and bring your right leg back to meet left. Deep inhale, press your shoulders down. After half pigeon, downward dog can feel very delicious. Raise your right leg up again to the sky and just open your right hip and let it circle a tiny bit. We won't stay here too long. You can switch the direction. And right foot comes down to the ground. And now left foot rises up and tucks in between your hands for a moment of strength. Deep inhale and let your left leg come down to the ground, flattening your right foot. So now half pigeon on the left side. And you can take books. Again, mine were a little slippery, so a block would have been better. But tuck them beneath your hip so that ideally you can actually rise up a bit. Remember, you should feel no pain in your body. You might feel sensation, but if you're feeling pain, then this pose is not for you in this moment. And if you can keep your alignment, feel free to start to come down a little bit. And that left foot, the goal is to have it perpendicular. You'll notice with my body, that left foot is very close to my body. So it's not possible for me to bring that foot any further up. Maybe if I practice this posture longer, that will happen. But thus far, in at least 30 years of yoga, that foot has no intention of being perpendicular. And when you're ready, start to rise back up. Move anything that you had supporting your hip out of the way. And we're going to press back up to downward facing dog. Raising the right foot up to the sky and opening the hip. Small circle movements with the hip. And bringing left foot to meet right foot. Let's walk our hands to our feet until we come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Knees are generously bent, and your chest can be resting on your knees. Let's grasp our opposite elbows. You're making a nice, safe place for Svadhisthana right now. It's nestled. So imagine this safe space for your creativity and your inspiration. And start to rise up, keeping your hands to your legs until they find your knees. And now scoop your spine so that your chin is rising up first. Very nice. We're going to shift into a balancing pose. And this is one of my favorites, and I know at least one person on here that likes this movement a lot. So we'll start with a little hip opening. Ground your feet, and we're going to just do some movement with the right hip and opening. You can have your hands on your hips if you wish. But that water-like little bit of movement, and we'll do the same now on the left. You might feel some crackling and popping, little air bubbles in our hips. And now for one of the favorite poses, tree pose. If you wish for support for your balance, you can bring your hand to the wall. We're going to start by resting into our left foot, strengthening our left leg. And you can bring your right foot just so that the toes, you're balancing on your toes if you wish. Or you can rise your leg up a little bit along the inside of the shin. Or you can bring your right foot to the inside of the left inner thigh. If you bring it, just avoid having your foot pressing on the knee at all. So anywhere along the leg is fine, but not pressing the knee. You're going to want to find a drishti, or focus point, something that's not moving. So you're not going to want to be looking at the camera or anything with your shadow. And once you find a place of balance and stillness, you can be creative with your arm options. So maybe your hands come to Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. Maybe you wish to rise them up, fingertips kissing above your head. Or you can have arms out in a T, holding onto a wall, in a bind behind your back. So many options. And find your beautiful tree. And when you're ready, release your arms and release your legs and sway your body out. Letting go of any thoughts that you have about that posture. And now we'll shift to the other side. So right foot will get strong and attached. This is your roots attaching into the ground. Find a new drishti. And for some reason, it's actually good to find a new place on your mat or where you're standing. So I always shift over a little bit. Shoulders come back and down. Gaze is soft. And now the left leg can come up to somewhere that it feels good to you. And find your balance here. And something creative to do with your arms. If you feel yourself wobbling, press your right leg into your left foot. And start to release your arms and then your leg. And again, sway like fluid water motion. Let all of that go. And we're going to come to standing wide-legged and introduce a mudra for this pose. This is called Shakti Mudra. And I'm going to bring the picture in close so that you can hopefully see it. Shakti Mudra is a mudra of creative force, divine goddess. And to make Shakti Mudra, we're going to first just bring your hands to heart center and straighten your spine and press into the outer blades of your feet. Now keep your pinky and ring fingers exactly how they are. Start to fold your middle fingers down and your ring finger down so that the joints are touching. And now tuck your thumbs into the little holes that those front fingers have made. This is our creative mudra, Shakti Mudra. And we're going to rise our Shakti Mudra up above our heads and then tilt a little bit over to the right. So opening the left ribs. And tilt up, breathing in inspiration and creativity, and then tilt to the left. Imagining your body being like a pane of glass. and rising up, and then folding forward, and you can release the mudra and let your hands find the ground. Breathe into the backs of your hamstrings. And walk your hands forward so you're in wide-legged downward dog. And now walk your arms back to the center and inhaling, rising your right arm up to the sky and exhaling down to the ground. Inhaling, left arm up to the sky and exhaling down to the ground. And now see if you can walk your hands into the center. And bring your hands in front of your face again. Heel toe your way in until you are in your Malasana squat. And we're going to do one last posture before we come down to the ground. This one's going to require some strength. See if you can push yourself up to goddess. So you're down in Malasana. Yes, very nice. And you're going to rise up to goddess. I have to bring a little goddess into our creative practice today. Raise your right heel up and your left heel up. And open your goddess to the right. And open your goddess to the left. And come all the way up to 5-pointed star and back down into Malasana squat. Ooh, a lot of nice work for your legs. And bring your hands behind you. And you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. So strengthening our tummies. Focus on the strength in your sacral chakra until your head comes down to the ground. Now rise your legs up to happy baby. So grasp the insides of your feet if you can. Just enjoy your happy baby for a moment. Maybe you're stretching your legs a little bit up and down. Tap into your happy baby, filled with creativity and inspiration. And now bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees, loving what your body can do for you. Your wondrous physical body. And open your arms to a T and just let your knees fall to one side and come to the center and fall to the other side, releasing any tension that you might have in your lower spine. And you're going to stretch your hands over your head. Deep inhale and point your toes. And then start to find your Shavasana. So you might wish to put your socks on or put a pillow beneath your knees. And finding your comfortable resting pose for the very end of class. If you liked the supported Supta Baddha Konasana, you can end that way too. And feel free to put a blanket over your body. Keep yourself warm. I'll share a brief reading from the Book of Awakening. The color of truth. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched, but are felt in the heart. Helen Keller. There is an ancient Chinese art of painting on porcelain. It requires more than skill and precision, a deep trust and patience in the process. It involves painting thin layers of pigment, one at a time, on the porcelain, letting each dry and soak into the porcelain itself. But even when dry, the pigment doesn't yet reveal its color. You never know what the color will be until the porcelain is fired in the kiln, that is, until the pigment is burned into the porcelain itself. We use the brush of our feelings to paint questions into our heart, but only after the fire of experience. Only after our felt questions are burned by experience into our heart, only then do we see the color of truth emerge. So there are no answers to the deeper questions of living, only the emerging colors of truth, which we must find the trust and patience to live into. And when you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes and rise up to a seated position. Bring your hands once again to make a heart around your sacral chakra. And today we'll close our practice with invoking the bija sound Vam to cleanse our sacral chakra and awaken our creativity. Deep inhale, Vam. And once more, Vam. And I will close with 2 sounds of the bell. May you find creative inspiration. May creativity flow through you always. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.